you are listening any new words, when you are listening any new words, like today I'll give you one word that is beautiful. You know the meaning of lead on your ears and start listening to your own voice. When we are listening any music, any songs, we come to remember it now. We are not learning it. By listening only, we are
In my
remembering
earlier
it.
times, I used to mug up the words from dictionary. Okay.
Your name is Bablu, right? To you. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. And what about you?
I am pretty well here. Okay, so this is the first time that we are interacting with each other.
Yes,
So
yes.
I want to hear about you. Can you please
Okay.
say something? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for giving me this beautiful opportunity to introduce myself in front of you. This is Bablu Kisku connecting from Hooghly, West Bengal. I have done masters in English literature and I love playing cricket, football and having conversation with different kinds of people. And by profession, I am a school teacher. And apart from that, I am running a YouTube channel which name is English with Bablu, where I upload English related conversational videos. So that's pretty much about myself.
That sounds very good, Bablu. Yeah, same here.
Yes.
I am also I am talking to you from Bangalore. I was
Okay.
born in Yeah, I was born in Bihar. If we'll talk about my academic qualification, I have done master in English literature as well as I have done my B.Ed also. CTET qualified. I have done so many certification course in teaching level. Yeah. I am also a teacher, but in private school, I am teaching English for 9 and 10 standard. Yeah, that's good. I am also running a YouTube channel and uploading the same conversation whenever I am getting chance. I will have the conversation with random people because I love to interact with the people to get fluency over my language. So while having the conversation, I used to upload in my channel for my viewers because while getting conversation with anyone, if I am having conversation with you, I will get something to learn from you. And so if I'll get daily conversation with so many people, slowly and gradually, I will also improve my English. That's why I love to interact with the people.
The same case with me, ma'am. I am also learning something new from your side, from any co-learner. So day by day, I am also getting improved. So that's why I have created this YouTube channel so that I can learn something new from many co-learners, teachers, and I just want to record my own video so that in my coming years I can get to know how I am improving day by day. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's very good. So which class are you handling?
So I take class actually class from 5 to 10.
Okay, so from you are a government teacher?
Yes, I teach in a government high school.
Oh, high school. Okay. Yeah, I work in private school that is in Bangalore only.
Okay, okay.
That's
Okay,
very
ma'am. Okay, ma'am, I would like to ask you one question.
Yeah, sure.
So, yes, yes. When did you start your speaking journey? And did you do your schooling in English medium or any other medium?
No, my school was a CBSE medium only. It was CBSE medium, but we don't have any English background. I belong to completely Hindi background. And if you talk about my journey, it's not like that. It started within 2 months, 3 months back. I have started my journey as a language speaker when I was in sixth class. When I
Okay.
was in standard, on that time only I used to think that I have to speak language. So my journey started from that time and I got okay, I have to speak English. I was speaking English from that time. I was learning and now also I am learning. So as a teacher as well as I am student, I am pursuing PhD also. So it is very good for me that I have to improve English very well. Then only I can conduct class in proper manners. And that break when I shifted to Bangalore. I was prior also when I shifted to Bangalore, here I got And here all of the people used to get communication in only English language. So I and the started
Ma'am, your voice is jarring. Something is problem. It's not coming clearly.
now is it clear?
Yes, yes. Now it's clear.
So that was my journey. I started speaking because I know that English is giving us the better opportunity. If you are very good in English, you being a speaker, you can present yourself in much better way. So it's a very good for us that we are improving. And nowadays we have a number of platforms from where we can learn English as a language. But when we were student, on that time we don't have so much platform. Whatever I have learned, I only put myself, I put extra effort to learn grammar, then only I start speaking my English. First I started framing sentence in my mind, then I started translating, and then again I started speaking. So my journey is completely different, and it's not like that I started within 2 months or 3 months. It's a very prior knowledge.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
what
So that's why your speaking is excellent. You are speaking very well. I can see.
thank you so much for your words. See, as much you can speak, whatever you are speaking, and if you have the depth knowledge of grammar, if you are good in grammar, on that time you know that okay, whatever I am speaking, it's correct. Because nowadays I have seen so many people, they are having conversation but they are avoiding grammar. That is okay, because when it comes to speaking fluency, when it comes to speak English as fluency in it, on that time we need not to focus on grammar. But as I have practiced grammar a lot to get the fluency, because when we were children we know that okay, if we have to speak English we have to learn grammar, because we don't have any platform, we don't have any guided person that who will suggest us, though no, if you want to speak English you have to get the communication, you have to get interactions with the people. We don't have any people to whom I can get communicate, whom I can get interaction. So I learned grammar. But here now we have so many platform, we are having a number of people with whom I can get interactions without learning the grammar part. So my English is little different. I am typically from that. Okay, I have to improve grammar. I improved my grammar. Then I started my speaking skills. But here I am seeing so many people, they are speaking English very fluently. That is very good without putting so much efforts that I have wasted so much time.
Yes, yes. I also trying to put a lot of efforts to enhance my speaking skill as well as my communication skill. Because in my earlier times, I used to I used to focus totally on grammar, reading, writing. So that's why I was not able to speak in a fluent way, in a spontaneous way. So that's why I thought that I should work on my speaking skill so that I can teach my students in a proper way. And apart from that, I am blessed with a son, so that I want to provide an English speaking environment at home.
Yeah, that happened. See, if we have the depth knowledge of grammar, that is different thing. But when it comes to speak language, on that time we are like, okay, we don't have what should we speak. We start imagining. We start thinking on that time. We are lacking in confidence level. We have the knowledge, we have the words, but we are unable to speak it out because we don't have the atmosphere, we don't have the people with whom we have interacted. So on that time we are like, okay, no, what should we speak, what should we not speak? We started thinking this all because we are lacking of confidence level. That's it. Any person, I can't say that whoever is teacher, whoever is student, they know what should they speak, but they only are lacking in the atmosphere, they are not getting people, they are having the low background, that they are don't belong to English background. That's why they are facing issue in expressing themselves, they are having hesitation. But thanks to this era, that we have n number of people without we are getting conversation, we are speaking, and we are getting fluency over it.
Right, ma'am, right. And I have just started my speaking journey 5 months ago. And earlier times, I didn't focus too much on speaking skill. Okay, and I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, mainly conversational videos. I used to watch. So at that time, I just used to watch, but I was not focusing on speaking skill. So and apart from that, I live in a village area, so that's why there is no anybody with whom I can practice English. Okay, and also in my I also teach in a government school, and there is no any teacher with whom I can speak also, and so I was not used to teaching in English also from my sides also because I was very much underconfident in my initial times also, and I just got to learn from this Skype app from YouTube videos one month ago. Just I then and there I just install, and I got a lot of co-learners, teachers available on many groups also, and also since then I have been practicing on Skype group. Okay, by this way I'm getting a lot of confidence day by day. I'm improved a lot than before also.
Yeah, that sounds good. See, if you are watching anyone's video, you can't be a speaker. You can be a good learner, but you can't be a speaker. When it comes to speak on that
Yes,
time, only by watching you can't. Now you told now that you started speaking, you are having conversation, then you are talking now. You
right.
have the knowledge. Yes, you already you are a teacher. You have the knowledge of grammar parts, but still you are unable to speak. This all because you don't have the platform on that time. You don't have the atmosphere. You don't have the environment. So when you are having conversation, then only you start speaking. Now you are speaking very good. That's
Yes,
all
ma'am.
because you started speaking. By watching, if I am watching, I am just scrolling down, down, down. I am just watching anyone's video. I can't speak. No one can speak.
Yes, yes,
When
ma'am.
I was talking grammar part, on that time I was unable to express myself because no one was there with whom I can get interaction. So what I did on that time, I was practicing in front of mirror. I was speaking, I was asking to question myself, and then I was replying to myself. This what I did on that time. So if you are speaking, then only you can be a good speaker. By listening only, you can't be a good speaker. No one
Yes.
can be a good speaker.
Because
Yeah.
speaking comes from speaking. Yes, I
Yes.
have realized. Yes,
How much you are speaking, by speaking only you can get the fluency over it. In
yes,
Hindi
yes,
language, dialect you are speaking, on that time also you are speaking with your parents. Then only you come to know that okay, my mother tongue is Hindi, I should speak in Hindi. By speaking only you understood. Your parents didn't say you that okay, you have to speak Hindi. No one should tell us. My parents didn't say that Kushi, your Mathli is your language, so you have to speak Mathli. By listening to them only I started speaking. By speaking, I got the fluency over my Hindi language and I was speaking Hindi. So same like that in English also. If you are speaking English, so however how much you are speaking, then only you can get the fluency over it. Not only by watching anyone's video, not only by reading. First you have to speak. By speaking, so you will get the fluency.
yes. And one another reason is that I live in a village area, so many villagers, many people also they try to judge. They try to judge while if you try to speak something on any topic. So sometimes also you might make mistakes while speaking to someone. So at that time they make fun of you, they laugh at you. Okay. So for fear of this judgment, so that's why some people are not trying to speak. Okay, so this is the situation in our village area. Okay,
Yeah,
for
this is
fear of making judgment.
Yeah, I can understand because I have faced this situation when I was child. On that time, as I told you, in my society, in my atmosphere, we don't have any English background. So when I was practicing in front of mirror, so many people, not my parents, so
Yes, yes.
many people who were living around us, they used to laugh at me. They are making fun. They were making fun of me. Khushi
Yes,
has gone mad every time she used to speak in front of mirror. What is that she's doing? So I can relate this to my issue. I faced all these things. When you are in village area, when you are in lower background, on that time people don't understand because they don't have the knowledge that why nowadays people are speaking English, how important it should be that we have to learn English. It is very important that we have to learn English. So
yes,
they are expected to understand you. But slowly, gradually, when you will be able to express yourself in front of them by showing that English has its own power, you have to improve because it's a very important thing. It's a very knowledgeable that you have to learn English. Nowadays, it's like backbone of our society. If we are very good in English, if we are able to express myself in English, it enhances our personality. You have the knowledge, but when you are going to face any interview, on that time you have to speak English only. Now on that time, if you are speaking Hindi, interviewers are like that, okay, no, he doesn't know how to express. They will
yes,
ask questions only in English, so you have to reply on that. So by getting over it, by knowing that, you will make them to understand the purpose of learning language English. So they will understand afterwards, they will stop making fun of that. I don't know, I have also faced this type of things when I was practicing, and on that time I was very small. I was in just 6th or 7th standard. From that time I started learning. On that time I was like, no, I have to learn English as a language, I have to speak English. So I started from that time and I practiced a lot, Bablu. So I can't say that how much I have practiced.
yes.
Nowadays, it's easy to learn English as a language. It's a very easy way that you can
There are
learn
a
English.
lot of the resources available on internet, so that's why it
Yes,
has become very easy.
n number of resources are there you can get and you will come over it. But when we were students on that time, we don't have anything. Whatever we are learning, we have to put our efforts only. Though people have knowledge of grammar, even my siblings, they have the knowledge of grammar, but they are unable to express themselves. They are unable to speak English because they didn't practice in conversation. They only took that, okay, we have to learn grammar, we have to get the good marks in exam. That much only they had, that much only they related to study. But I only know I have to speak English, so I have to learn, I have to practice, I have to choose the people, I have to catch the people with whom I can get the interaction.
Yes,
So
yes,
I, and nowadays whatever I am speaking, that's all because of that. You will get the fluency, but when it comes to grammar part, on that time people are lacking because they have not focused on grammar. But mine's English as well as my grammars both are parallel to each other.
yes, yes. So, okay, ma'am, I'd like to ask you one question. As you said that you teach in a private school, so many students, might they come from different backgrounds. Some come from Hindi background, some come from maybe Bengali background. So at that situation, how do you teach? How do you tackle those students, and what technique do you apply to teach them?
So, see, in Bangalore, it's not like that people come from South background, Bengali background. It's not like that. In Bangalore, it's a completely English medium. You can't use a single Hindi word in school. Not neither students nor a teacher. So we have to speak complete English. So whatever I have to take the class, I am handling 9 and 10th class students. So whatever lesson I have to teach, I have to tell them each and every words in English only. So it's like, okay, it's a common language everyone has to speak. It's not very difficult for me to handle because all have to learn English only. They have to speak English only. So it's become very easy on that type because no one is using their own language now. They are using only English language.
They are getting habituated. Oh,
Yeah, they are habituated of it because when we are putting our kids, even my son, if I put him in school from nursery or LKG, he is speaking English only, not any other language. He is speaking English better than Hindi. My mother tongue is Hindi, but he
oh,
is good in English because most of the time he's speaking English only. So his English is, I can say proudly that his English is better than me. His
okay, that's
fluency
great.
level is better
Okay,
than me.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
How are you managing your students in school?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you managing your students in school? They do they belong to different background?
Yes, yes, they come from different backgrounds, so that's why it becomes very difficult to teach them. Okay, so because while teaching, what happens that in my school, so some students, if I try to explain anything in English, so sometimes also the student keep on asking me that, sir, please tell me in Bengali, because the local language is Bengali, so that if I try to teach them in English, so that time they are getting unable to understand what I am teach them. Because that's why I have to teach them in bilingual method, somewhat in Bengali and somewhat in English. Okay, but personally nowadays I am trying to teach them in English. Okay, but sometimes also I have to teach them in bilingual methods
By
for making them understand. Okay.
make them to understand. Yeah, it happens sometime because when students are from different backgrounds and in
Yes, sir.
management they are not putting that you have to use only one language. So on
Yes.
that time we face difficulties by
Yes,
had to
sir.
handle that because they are speaking their dialect, whatever the language, their mother tongue, Hindi, Bengali, what was that language, Khutta. Some languages there in Jharkhand, Khutta language is there, Marathi, so many languages, they belong to some different culture, they will use their own language. So you are following bilingual language.
Yes,
Whenever
yes.
you are, yeah, I can
Because
understand.
in my school, my class starts from 5. Okay, so before that, they are not getting any English speaking environment, not in any other school or not at home also. That's why it's become very difficult. Okay.
I can understand that and I can relate because when we were students in our school, we also have Hindi that we have to speak in Hindi. But when any students they just came from any village area and they are having admission in our school, so teachers sometimes they used to have bilingual language also. I can relate that. But now it has changed. In Bangalore, it's completely changed. Here each and every students they have to use only English language. Even when we put our students in nursery KG, from that time they are using only English language. So we as a teacher we don't have this type of problem. We are using our language English, that is each and even in nursery KG, LKG, 5, 10th plus 2 also we are using this language only for conversation. So fortunately we are not facing this type of issue because
Yes.
if we will definitely I won't be able to speak apart from Hindi and English. I know only these two languages.
Okay, ma'am, I'd like to ask you one question that sometimes also I face a problem while speaking to someone else. Sometimes I get stuck because the right words don't come out from my mouth. Okay, so at that situation, what types of strategies should I apply to enhance my vocabulary?
To enhance your vocabulary, on that time you have to practice. So I will give you two or three tips only that I followed. When you are listening any new words, when you are listening any new words, like today I'll give you one word that is beautiful. You know the meaning of beautiful, but if I am saying that she is looking inquisitive, this inquisitive is new word.
Yes.
You know that beautiful, but maybe you don't know inquisitive. Maybe you don't know ravishing. So new words you got here, ravishing, new words you got here, inquisitive. What you do, you just note down that word in your copy, in your notebook, and you write the meaning there. What is the meaning of these words in Hindi as well as in English? Afterwards, you frame a sentence on that time. Nowadays we have so many resource that we can utilize, so you start recording that words in your own voice note and start listening to that words daily. Whenever you are working, you put lead on your ears and start listening to your own voice. When we are listening any music, any songs, we come to remember it now. We are not learning it. By listening only, we are remembering it. So make a note of 5 or 6 words, make a voice note. You start listening to your own voice. Whenever, whatever the work you are doing, you just put lid on your ears and you start listening. By listening only, you will come to understand, okay, beautiful means ravishing, ravishing means inquisitive. So
Yes,
after
sir.
when you have to speak, it will come automatically from your minds. You don't have to think about that.
Subconsciously, it will come to our brain, subconsciously. Yes.
Subconsciously, it will come automatically from your mouth. Don't have to put extra, no, what was I was learning, what I was learning. You don't have to think on that time. It will get automatically. By listening only. You don't start learning. If you will start learning, then definitely you will forget it after some time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. You just start reading, listening, read it a number of time, listen it 100 times. By listening and learning only, you can understand. You will start speaking. You will get to know, okay, I have listened these words, beautiful. So if I have to praise anyone, any girls, okay, this girl is looking very ravishing. So you can use it by this way. Yeah.
Yes, yes. In my earlier times, I used to mug up the words from dictionary. Okay, but this is a wrong way to learn vocabulary. To mug up all the words from dictionary because
See,
I
if you
I'm not
through
using.
dictionary, yeah, if you are going through dictionary, there is 100 words, more than 100 words. How will you can recollect all the words? It's not possible for us
Yes, yes,
because our age has gone. When students, when small children are there, they are kept reciting, reciting, reciting. By reciting only, they learn everything. They
yes,
are
yes.
not learning. Okay, I have to learn. That's why I am reciting. They are just reciting it blindly and they keep everything in their mind. So like that, if you are learning from dictionary, use dictionary. I'm not saying that you don't use dictionary. You use dictionary, but you start reading only. You don't learn it. Whatever the new words you are getting, you make a note. You put in your own voice note. You start speaking. You start listening. Subconsciously, you will get it.
And also another thing is that in dictionary, all terms there are lots of words related to different genre. Okay, so some terms are related to doctor, engineer, maybe some words are science. Okay, so that's
Yes.
why we don't need such types of words for our enhancing our vocabulary.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't focus too much on all the words. Okay.
Yes, because in dictionary we have a number of genre is given there that you
Yes,
call
yes,
genre. So that genre is given there, so you have to learn on that way, and it is very difficult for us to remember all genre in our mind.
yes, yes.
Yeah, we can't keep everything in our mind now. We have to practice over it. This is the way I followed, and as I experienced, that's why I shared it with you.
Now, one last question I would like to ask you: if anyone wants to be a fluent speaker in this language, so how to be a fluent speaker? Please tell me.
See, when it comes to a speaker, okay, when you have to be a fluent speaker in English language, you don't have to get over grammar portion. You for, on that time you don't think that I have to learn grammar first. First, yeah, what you have to, that much only you will start speaking as much you can do. You start speaking with n number of people, you start speaking with yourself also. When you are getting any new words, you start framing sentences on that. How much sentences you can frame? Two sentences, three sentences, four sentences. Start from two or three sentences. Afterwards you switch to five sentences, 10 sentences. So you can get fluency by practicing only. Okay, just a second. So by this way, you can get the fluency by practicing only. Whatever the new word. See, if this wall, this is a green color wall. So if you have to get the fluency, you can practice from which material this wall has made up of, how many bricks can be used in this wall, what is the color of this wall, which paint has been used in this wall. So by framing these small things, you can get your fluency. Because if you are talking to anyone, you are asking the same question again and again. Okay, what is your name, what is your father's name, what is your mother's name? This is the same things that you are repeating daily.
Yes,
But by
yes,
repeating things only, you can't improve. You will remember that I have to ask, I have to say. But when it comes to fluency, you can get n number of topic, you can get any situation. If you are standing in front of river, on the bank of river, so you can speak something about river also. So it's situational. You are in that situation on that time also, you have to speak English. It's not only 10 or 3 sentences that we have to keep in mind and we have to speak. English speaking, it means you have to be fluent on that time, and you have to this is that we have to speak. It's not
yeah,
any, okay, I am talking, so I am getting conversation. You just make a situation, you just create a situation, start speaking on.
yes, yes. Okay, ma'am.